Welcome to United Performance Metals' first webcast of 2009. I'm Jolynn Johnston. Through a quarterly webcast, we look forward to providing relevant information on products and services related to the metals industry, as well as market trends and industry information. Today, we're on site at United Performance Metals. We're always pleased when visitors are able to come to our facility for a tour. Many times, we have discovered new ways of working together by showing how our in-house processing lines operate. We understand it's not always easy to get away from the office for a visit, so we thought we'd bring the tour to you. With us, we have Plant Superintendent Roger Hare to guide us through our visit. Thanks for joining us, Roger.
You're welcome, Jolynn. It all starts here in the coil bay. Our mill suppliers ship a stainless steel and high temperature alloy material in coil form. These coils can weigh from 5,000 pounds up to 20,000 pounds and sometimes more. We take the coils and process them into smaller sheets or strips. Today we're going to focus on the sheet side of our facility. We will be showing you our state-of-the-art red bud cut-to-length line, or otherwise known as our CTL line.
Sounds great. Now, how does the process start?
As you can see, we have a turnstile that we load the coils of metal onto. This turnstile is located close to the CTL line and allows us to store several coils at a time. This makes the process more efficient because the next coil to be processed is stored and ready to load. You can see the loader portion of the coil is just to my left. Let's go around the front of the machine and I'll point out a few more things.
Sure.
Now that we're at the front of the machine, I'd like to point out our Lean Manufacturing Visual Management Board. Lean has become very important here at United Performance Metals in helping us streamline operations and save costs. The operators have total ownership of the board that you see here. There's some summary that I want to show you. We have safety, quality, pounds processed, scrap, and we have news. This board is communicated with all employees on this line so they can share this information.
This is quite an impressive line. Can you tell me more about its processing capabilities?
Sure. It's capable of handling coils weighing up to 47,500 pounds.
Wow.
We can process materials of 0.015 to 0.136. We can process material 12 inches minimum length up to 144 inches maximum length. We can level stack heights up to 2 feet. We can run the line up to 150 feet per minute. We can also apply protective film, or what we call PVC. We can also paper interleave the material during the run. Let's go ahead and meet the lead operator, who is Gerald Bunchbach.
Okay. Well, now we're here with the CTL's lead operator, Gerald Bunchbach. Now, Gerald, take us through how this process actually works.
Well, how it works is when the coil is set on the uncoiler, we'll run it up through here and decide which leveler to go through, either the heavy gauge or the light gauge leveler. But we have a shear back here, just in case while we're running we find a defect or something, we have to cut it out. Then, once we determine what leveler to run it through, we'll run it through that leveler, which is either the heavy or the light gauge. But this particular coil, we're running through the light gauge leveler, which is up here, and I'll show you how that works.
Okay.
Now that we got the metal ran through here, you can see that we've set the settings, put them to where we need it to be, to where the metal will come out to the flatness spec of the industry or the customer. And once we get all that set, the little black boxes up here are the inkjet system, where we'll put the line marking on the metal to what the customer wants or what the material spec is. And then after that, once we get the line marking correct, we'll use the paper winders here to either put paper or plastic PVC onto the metal, depending on whichever the customer wants.
Just like a grocery store.
Yeah, pretty much, paper or plastic, however you want it. And then it goes down into the pit and then up to the gripper system.
Great. All right, well now our cameras are going to follow the coil from the beginning of the CTL all the way to the end, where we'll take a better look at the quality process. at the back end of the CTL, and this is where we take care of the quality process. This is Brandon Wiedemann, project manager here at UPM, and he's going to show us how it's done.
Along with the purchase of the cut-to-length line, we needed to be able to verify that we were producing good dimensional products off of the line, so we purchased this measuring table. I'll just do a quick demonstration as to a couple of the measurements that we normally do with the table. The main one is length, so basically you just bring the table out here, touch the end of the product, and make sure it's square against the back gauge here. As you can see here, it displays the dimension on the digital readout. One of the other things that customers often ask for is for a squareness check, and we have a couple fixtures that we can place onto the measuring table to check that.
It's kind of like framing a picture, except there's no hole in the middle.
Basically, this will measure the diagonal length of the piece, and we'll check both sides and check the difference between the two to make sure that we're getting a good square piece.
Great, thanks Brandon. The final step is the sheets being loaded in skids and packaged for domestic or export shipment. We'll step over to another area so that we can see all the packaging options available at UPM. Well, I'm back here now with Roger again, and we're in the packaging department. So Roger, tell me, why is packaging so important?
Because we want to make sure our customer receives a quality product. Just to identify a few packages here, we have a standard flat skid that we normally package heavier gauge materials on. We use it for customer pickups, we use it for flatbed pickups. The next skid above is used for export ocean. We ship these anywhere overseas. We also use this for our higher price deals to ship anywhere in the United States. The next skid above is an air skid used to ship overseas or a few sheets. Customer wants next day, we can accommodate and do that. And our last skid here is the standard box skid. This is the most commonly used skid. Our standard size are 36-120 and 48-120.
Well, great. What do you say we head back to the CTL and wrap things up?
Sure.
Well, thanks guys. This has been a very informative tour of United Performance Metals' cut-to-length operation. Thanks for tuning in. For more information on UPM's processing capabilities, check out upmet.com or give us a call at 888-282-3292. Hey, and be sure to let us know if you have any ideas for a future webcast. This is JoLynn Johnston. See you next time.